You just
But-
have to walk in, dog. Look at how many people you've employed. Black people.
Yeah.
Whether you're money laundering or not, I don't give a fuck.
Bro, where do you get this money laundering thing from, bro?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. We are back. Podcast and chill. Please welcome a DJ who didn't want lockdown to end. Shimza, welcome back. How are you, buddy?
Sure, but I'm good. Good
we're not going
to
to lose. You see, I've got 3 cameras today. We're not going to lose the audio, the sound, or nothing. It's clean today.
Cool.
How you been, man?
Kind of the last one, we didn't have video, right?
Video, yeah. We lost the video when I was starting out.
Yeah, I know. Now you're rocking, yeah?
Yeah, I know. We're trying, dog. I'm not rocking like you. You're rocking,
Chief.
Yeah?
You're rocking.
This is great, man. It's my first time here, bro.
Man. Thank you, man.
This looks dope, man. Fuck.
Thank you so much.
You know, I'm always so happy when another black brother's doing well. I was at Mosquito's spot the other day. Fucking amazing.
Daruma, yeah.
The food.
Slaps.
Yeah. What inspired you to start Hangout? Were you laundering money?
No, bro. I don't have time for such rubbish. I think for me, man, everything that I envision and every step that I take in my career is based on what I think feels right now. You know, and this felt right, man. You know, I have a friend of mine that owns a restaurant in Midrand. You know, so we used to go chill there, and I liked how he did things, how he was running the shop.
Which one is this? Recharge?
No, this is Fridays.
Fridays by
Fridays.
Blue Hills.
Yes. Blue Hills. You know, so as we were chilling there, I saw the systems that were running there, the quality of the food, you know, and I was like, this is dope for a black guy to be in this space doing things at this level.
Proper even.
And then I was like, bro, I think we should do this in my hood, you know, because we didn't have something like this in Tembisa, honestly speaking. You know, the closest we got to this was Caprivi.
Yes.
Yeah, you remember Caprivi?
Yeah. My
Chick
spot.
flick days. Yeah. You know, which was like a dope place where people would go hang out for good food, wide variety of drinks, you know. So since Caprivi closed, I feel like there was a gap in the market that we could play in, you know. And I conceptualized this, you know. We went into the space and we built it from scratch, you know. It was an establishment before we came in, which had closed down for about 2 years. So I came in and just redid the whole space.
When you say we, who's we?
Me and my business partner.
Oh.
You know, yeah, I've got a business partner that understands the
business
the
side.
Restaurant side of things and how to set it up, and he had the experience, you know. And I would come with my experience, which is the more entertainment space, getting people here, the marketing of the place, and obviously understanding the market from here in Tembisa, you know. And I felt like this was something that we needed. Also for me, a legacy project that I'm building in Tembisa, where we're employing a lot of guys from here in Tembisa. We're also creating a way in which the local economy can grow, you know, because from what people see here, a lot of other people could be thinking beyond what we're doing here and also doing other stuff in Tembisa. So we're keeping the money in Tembisa and trying to grow the economy here, you know, which is, I think, something that a lot of black people should be doing in their communities, you know.
Are you running for mayor, dog?
Nah, bro. I mean, it's my way of thinking, you know. I never think just till myself. I think beyond myself and how what I do can benefit other people, you know. It's a way that helps me grow because it's not all about me.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
It's not all about me. It's about what I can do for the people around me, and I create opportunities where a lot of young people can probably benefit from that. You know, from my show, my one-man show. I used to give my food court to some guys who do like Pizza Sunday here in Tembisa, which is a great movement where they had food stalls of locals that were selling different stuff, So my festival, I literally gave that to them to run, That would also help them in preparing themselves when they do their own big festivals, to say we've done the food court at this festival, so now we've got the experience on how we can run that and also move on to the entertainment part of things, and that's where you could see them even starting their own festivals, and which is something that I've been very happy about, to say, as much as guys look at what I'm doing in Tembisa, they're also doing stuff for themselves, creating their own festivals, creating their own during the week things. And I'm hoping that a lot of young guys in Tembisa can go look for money and create more restaurants in Tembisa. Soweto has Capello,
Moja,
Vilagazi, Moja, all of those things. And here in Tembisa, there's a couple of things that we are seeing happen.
But why choose Tembisa? Because you could have easily done this in Rosebank.
Bro.
And the thing is, why I'm asking that, because you know how people are, how we are.
Yeah.
I'm going to come to the hood hangouts and I'll be like, fuck, a beer's $40. Aye, Shimza, I must say, but fuck him. I'm not paying a beer for $40.
Sure.
There's that thing
Sure.
of not wanting to support local, even though you've got a greater initiative and vision behind it.
Sure. I face a lot of backlash in terms of that when I start stuff, I remember when I started my no cooler bag rule in Tembisa for my festival, it was a big thing. It even came out on newspapers where they were saying, nah, this thing won't work. We want to bring our own alcohol, But I had a vision which said, there's no reason why I should be spending on setting up this festival and feeding like a Tops or like some local bottle store that's not contributing to the festival. So let people come spend money at my festival, which I created with my own money, So I should be the one that benefits. But what that's going to do is that it's going to help me better my festival, because then I've got more money to play around with. I can better the lineup, I can better the production to give them the best production that they can think of, and that's how we're going to grow, But if I'm literally giving money to other people that are not contributing to the show, doesn't make sense, Got a lot of resistance from that. And I worked through it, and now people in Tembisa know when we go to a festival, we are going to buy alcohol at the festival.
And here, did you get backlash about the restaurant?
The restaurant, I think the offering that we have here, when people get here, they understand why a beer is not at the same price as a Tops. Because we are not a bottle store. We are a restaurant with a proper offering.
Clean.
It's clean. We try and by all means to give people an offering that they would have to travel for, And now we have people coming to the hood to experience what it feels like to chill in the hood.
Get a taste of Tembisa.
Yeah, like seeing taxis go up and down, kids from the hood. You are chilling. You're having a great meal with great service.
What's the 1632? What's that about?
1632 is the area code.
Oh.
So the vision is to have a hangout in different
hoods.
I
was about to say.
Yeah. If we have a hangout in Midrand, it will be a hangout 1830 whatever.
In Venda.
In Venda's hangout.
I like that.
So the vision is start here in Tembisa, where I think we'll have a proof of product that when we go out and we say we are opening up a store in Blue Hills or in Midrand, there's a proof of product that people know about.
Is it like a thing in the DJ culture to open up a restaurant? Because I know Skeeter's got one, Black Coffee has one, Euphonic has one, now you have one. It's like a thing, or it's just something that just happens?
I think we all want a business that
you can launder money.
No, man, come on. Where am I laundering money from? we have a business that ties into what we are doing, which is in the entertainment space. Like I never thought I'd be selling food.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Yeah.
know. But this ties in very well with what I do because I have a restaurant where I can go chill during the day, have food with my family.
Meetings as well?
Meetings, everything. And then at night, if I want to come play, I play at my own venue, where I can still put in the value that I would give to another venue. Because we see a lot of venues that will book us so that we can bring people to their venue. So we have that influence to use that to bring people to our own stuff.
For your own game.
So I think also the access it gives you, man, it's crazy.
For real?
Yeah.
What
it gives
access?
People take you much more serious.
Oh!
When you say, let's have a meeting.
Yeah.
And then they say, where? You said my restaurant.
So that's what I've been missing all along. You should have told me this. All I needed was a restaurant for 20 years.
I mean, the right restaurant at the right time, at a point where your brand is sort of solid enough for people to want to work with you, know. And like I said, bro, like when people see you do things at this level, they take you seriously, and it opens up a whole lot of other doors of people that do proper stuff, and they see, okay, this boy has his head screwed on.
How many income streams do you have now?
I've got property, I've got this, I'm in the trucking business now.
Trucking, boy?
Yeah.
Damn.
Obviously my DJing, which is number 4.
Yeah.
And the music.
Wow.
Yeah, so about 5. But we're working on pushing, man.
Dog, every time I sit
building
next to you.
accommodation. So we...
Is it true you got shares at Tembisa Mall?
No.
Oh, you don't have shares?
That's a myth, no. I wish, bro.
I was like, fuck.
I wish.
I wouldn't be shocked, though. I wouldn't be shocked if you said that.
I don't have that type of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know how to work my way around stuff.
Where does your love for money come from?
My love for money, man, is... Like, it actually comes from having a thought that there's a possibility that I can make more.
Huh.
Like when I sit back and I'm like, okay, sharp, we've pushed to this level. How can we move on to the next level? Because I look at other people that are making money and I'm like, it's not like these people are coming from space, It's human beings that
100%.
were born like we were.
And had an idea.
Yeah, a lot of them come from like the worst backgrounds, but they use their brains, they use the lack of fear of failing, and they just went for what they believed in.
But when is enough? Like, when will you have enough money and be like, okay, cool, I'm content?
When I don't have to ask the bank for a loan. When I don't have to ask a bank and go and beg for them to ask me for 10,000 things for me to buy a house or buy a car that I feel I can afford. That's when I think I'll be cool. And when I know if I die tomorrow, my daughter is sorted and she won't have any problems, then I know.
How far are we from that?
I'm 31.
Shit, you're 31 now?
Yeah, 34. I wanna...
That's my age, you motherfucker.
Drop that fucking thing of yours.
I mean, yeah, I remember like I was still in high school, and I was like, yeah, man, at 34, I don't want to be asking the bank for money for anything, I want to live in a fully paid house, like properties paid off, businesses running, so I've set my goal at 34, at 40, 41, I don't want to be running around doing 10,000 gigs a night, I want to just be saying, okay, I want to do this gig there because it's a nice vibe,
and you just miss
and
playing.
Obviously doing it for other things, doing shows to raise money. Yeah, doing international shows to showcase what South Africa is all about, So the vision is endless.
Is it because you come from a poor background, so you never, ever want to not have money?
I've never been poor, dog.
For real?
Yeah, my mom is a teacher, bro. I'm not from a rich background. You know,
So you're
I'm
middle class.
Yeah, I was in the middle class. My mom was a teacher in a primary school here in Tembisa, Mashimun Primary. My dad passed on when I was 7, so I was raised by a single mom. You know, 4-room house with my 2 brothers and her. I could afford to go to a school in Kempton Park. You know, I used the train to go to school. I used to walk every day. I know how it is to go to school in a shoe with a hole, camouflage, you know.
Yeah.
But I won't say I was poor. You know, I come from a family that has supported me in a way. You know, where my uncles and aunts were able to provide for my cousins. You know, and I would be the guy that they would hand over their clothes to, you know, every now and then, and I appreciated that. You know, and. Yeah, man, it's... I won't say I had it hard, man.
But I remember, man, when I was starting because we started our careers at the same time, and you were telling me how easy it is for me to like get gigs because I'm at YFM at the time and whatever.
Sure.
And you were saying it's so hard for you because in your hood, people are bewitching you because they don't want you to get gigs and they don't want you to get this money.
Bro, I don't think bewitching is the right word to use, you know?
What was happening at the time? Because that was long ago. I remember you told me.
I was still young, boy. I was still very young. Like 16, 17, you know?
Yeah.
And I understand why now I couldn't get access to certain gigs, you know, because at the point, some people might have thought I would have derailed, you know, and I would have gotten into alcohol, drugs, all of those things, you know, but I had to prove myself to the guys that had the keys to the market that I wanted to play in here in Tembisa, you know? And that's where I think the guys like Tlhogi from Caprivi, DJ Dorsantos, Fingers, DJ Komza, Bompigzo, that's when Sunny the Ghost, actually, that's where they took me in, you know, and they were like, man, like, this boy seems like he's headed in the right space. Yeah, in the right space, so we can give him such opportunities to...
Oh, so it was a misconception.
It was a misconception because I didn't understand at that time what was going on.
Yeah.
No one wanted to touch me because they didn't want things to go wrong, and then they were the ones to blame. You know?
So when you go now from Tembisa level to the industry level, where there's also gatekeepers, and they
I don't believe they're gatekeepers anywhere, bro.
You don't reckon?
I don't think so, man. Guys need to work. There's no one that can stop a person with a good hustle. Like, no one can stop you if you have a good hustle and you understand how the mind of a person works. Like, don't annoy people. Don't ask people for handouts. Show them what you can do, and they can see where they can use what you are good at to add on to whatever they're doing. You know, I didn't go to YFM to go cry out for handouts, but you guys put in a good word for me.
Yeah.
You know, because you knew what I could do. You know, I didn't ask you to speak to YFM, but when they said we are bringing back mixes, you were like, bro,
it's gotta be shimmy.
it has to be, because you've seen my work ethic. You know how I've done for your events, Rock the Girls, all of those things. Always on time. I don't get there and demand for champagnes and all of those things. You know, I get there, I do my job.
And you fuck off.
And I fuck off,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And I think more than anything, I've always appreciated the fact that a lot of people respect me for my work, and not because I'm a gimmick or I have a big song or I'm associated with whoever, you know. They really helped me because they understood the vision that I had, and they could see where they can add to help my craft.
But don't you think there's cliques though? Because you can see DJs that roll together and DJs that book each other at events and DJs that just do things together.
It's common sense, bro. Like, if we chill together every day, we are going to book each other, you know, to do things that we want to push, you know, like...
Which clique are you in?
I don't have a clique, bro.
One man show.
I don't have a clique.
Literally.
Like, bro, I'm with everyone, anyone. I have no problem with anyone. Like,
Yeah.
I'm that guy you will find on a piano lineup,
Yeah.
and I'll get there and I'll play my music, and people will enjoy it. You know, anywhere, bro. Like anywhere. Like now, I'm headlining a Blue Marlin Ibiza show
Nice.
at Altitude. We've got Pasha, which are international brands that are being done in South Africa.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Shit, that's dope.
And which is good for my profile because when I go overseas and I show them in my resume to say, guys, when this brand comes to my hood,
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
when this one comes, when Ultra comes, Resistance, I'm that guy. You
Yeah.
know, so I think it's been work in progress.
Yeah.
And it's slowly like manifesting into what I like envision in the next 3-4 years.
What is that vision?
That vision is conquering the international market. You know, I feel like there's so much that I could have done in 2020 that was sort of cut out by COVID.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was supposed to play Tomorrowland for the first time. You know, I was on the
Tomorrowland, dog.
lineup with like the biggest DJs in the world. I was playing on Kleptone stage, which is something dope. You know, I was playing some big festival in France, Marvelous Islands. Bro, like the plans were so dope, but we're releasing on the right labels overseas because it's quite different there. Eh? Like,
How different is it, bro?
if you think we've got clicks here,
Yeah.
and- oh man, that's
There's nothing that side.
It's crazy, man. But you get to learn those things, you know. You
it's
get
part
to
of the
learn-
game.
Yeah, it's part of the game, and taking what these guys are doing overseas, and sort of trying to implement it here at home. It makes you see that if you play an international game back here at home, the pie just becomes bigger. You know, that's where you see from the success of what we're doing overseas, the PR we're doing there. That's where you start seeing a different market of shows coming towards your side because of the success of what's going on out there, you know? So, like I said, the vision is not to just be a star locally, you know? As much as I think there are bigger stars than me in South Africa, but internationally, I think we're in a right step in the right direction.
So like you're saying, you meant to play 2020, you meant to play Tomorrowland, you got these gigs in France and whatever. COVID hits. Bah!
Poison.
So everybody's like, fuck. Mara, you came up with an idea which I came up with. When I saw it, I'm like, fuck, I wish I did this.
Yeah.
Tell me about the lockdown house party. The first one I saw was with Zintle Black Motion when they performed that song.
Sure.
It was fucking lit,
Yeah,
dog. Lost my mind. I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, I think when COVID hit, you know, we all started doing these Facebook parties, you know, like DJing for your clientele and people that follow you, you know. And I sat back and I was like, it's all good and well that everyone is doing them. That one is getting 12,000 views. That one is getting 10,000. Let me just put everyone together and see what's going to happen. And because I'm that guy that sort of used to get along with everyone, you know, I was like, you know what? I can call guys.
Yes,
the
yes.
same way I would call them to my festival or
Yes.
to my birthday party.
Yes.
Let
Or
me
even
call
here.
guys. Let's do this thing as a collective where we're going to stream this thing, and we're all going to broadcast from our.
So you came up with that idea?
Yeah, I came up with everything. Called Black Motion, called PH, called
Zintle.
Zintle was called by Black Motion. Who else? Called Dark. You know, I was like, let's create a quarantine online party. We rock from 6 to 12 on a Saturday, and let's see how it goes. Bro, I got interviews before that. You know, I went on a PR
run, yeah.
You know, I was like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're literally turning this thing into a party where people can party from their cell phones at home. Did an interview on ENCA. You know, like I
blew
went
up,
all
yeah.
out.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I
yeah.
went all out. I was like, I'm gonna put in the effort, and hopefully it will pay out.
Like you do with everything that you do.
I'll take the risk, you know? I went in, bro, and Joe, at like 8 p.m., 9 p.m., shows trending, though. You know? We start getting calls, guys, like, this is dope. Chilling. Sibu walks in with PH before his set. MTV calls.
Duma Collective.
Yeah, Duma Collective. She's always that one lady, you know, that's, you know?
Yeah.
PH walks in with Sibu. MTV calls. They're like, hey, bro,
What's
we want
happening?
this thing. Like, we want this thing. What we want to do now is just connect us so that we can also stream it on our platforms. Like, hey, okay, sharp. Rock. They're streaming, I'm streaming, Zintle's streaming. Everything is playing in real time. Before the show ends, Sibu is like, bro, I just got a call from Channel Low.
Yeah.
They want this thing. Okay. You know, so now we're getting excited, you know? And then sharp, it ends. Everyone's excited. Yo, this was such a success.
And the numbers are crazy.
The numbers are mad, bro. Like, I mean, imagine Maporisa, Zintle, Black Motion, myself.
Dog.
All streaming one thing. You know, that was bound to be something crazy.
Yeah.
You know? So the next day, I literally, we set up the meeting with Channel O, you know? And because PH came with Sibu to the party, you know, I was like, let's go.
It's only right.
Yeah, let's go. You know, we got there, sharp. Channel is like, guys, what are we doing next? I'm like, what do you mean? You're not gonna ask us for a pitch, a proposal, something, you know? And they're like, no, let's go in. What are the numbers? Let's make this thing happen.
Do you need a stage?
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. So this is happening. We can't do it at that studio because it was a bit too small for...
Yeah, and it
for
looked
what
low
we wanted
budget.
to- Yeah. So now, in that meeting, my brain is literally going crazy.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, okay, cool. Who are we going to use for production? What are we going to do? Who can give us this thing at a reasonable price because we don't have money? A relationship that I can cultivate from the festivals that I'm doing. You know, when we left that meeting, I started making calls. Guys, I need to put this thing together. They're like, okay, cool. It's gonna cost you X amount. Sharp. Took out money from my pocket, about 250. 250 that was my last cent. You know, Channel is like, guys, we'll give you the airtime for 6 hours. It's gonna be viewers for our show. We have 5 rand. You know, I be like 5 rand is not gonna. We can't call a sponsor because alcohol has been banned.
Exactly.
You get me? So I'm like, no, you know what? It's fine. Let's fund this thing and see where it takes us.
You're
you know?
kidding, bro.
Close my eyes. Production company, 250. Go in, do the whole production.
PH didn't pitch in, nothing.
No, I mean, it's not only the money that was,
Oh, okay,
you know,
okay. Time
like
as well.
ideas,
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
you know, running around, like all of those things. Guys were present. Sibu was in the office trying to put together proposals for different things, you know. So it was a machine working, you know. And I'm grateful that I had the guys with me because I might have been able to do it alone, but having that support structure behind me, such a strong thing,
Gives you that extra oomph.
you know, you can concentrate on other things that you are good at,
and
you
know that it's handled.
Yeah, I'm pulling in my team from my office. PH is pulling his team from his office. Sibu the same thing, and we just throw everything in one basket and we start going lineups. And it made sense for us to call the guys that we started with.
Yes.
Let's do this thing, guys. There's no budget, you know. We are hoping that we'll get a sponsor from this thing. Let's just rock, you know. Joe, we went online the first week.
Insane.
It was, it went crazy, you know. And I feel like some callings, man, like you sort of shy away from some callings because you're scared that you'll fail. You know, I could have said, if I'm gonna call my Poris and Zintle and whoever and Black Motion, they're gonna want money, wada wada, all that crap, you know. But I was like, I'm gonna give it a try, you know. Call guys, whoever is on, whoever is not, we move on, you know.
Because that's my biggest fear with things. You think, they're going to want money, and you don't have at the time. And forgetting that you've, established a relationship.
Yeah.
You know?
So when the show started, we had nothing, no sponsor, nothing.
And no one was getting paid, none of the DJs.
No one expected anything.
Wow.
You know? And then we got Hunters. Hunters comes on board. Hey, we like this thing, guys. We want to jump on. This is how much we have.
Yeah.
We're like, shit. So now we can pay artists.
So it's not 5 rand anymore.
Yeah, it's not 5 rand. 5 rand is from channel. 5 rand will cover production. Yeah. Now we've got money to work around,
Okay.
you know, like catering on the show.
I heard you got 400K.
From where?
From Hunters.
Nah, that's
More.
That's too little. Yeah. We got some money. You know, we got some money.
And you're able to pay now, DJs.
We were paying DJs for a lockdown house party, you know, even if it was not
Your normal rates.
normal rates.
Yes.
You know, like
yes.
literally we didn't say, okay, it's MacG.
Yeah.
Let's give him 20 rand.
Yeah.
Aye, it's this one. Let's
Yeah.
give them 1
100
million.
million, yeah.
You know, it was like, guys, this is how much we have in the kitty. Let's spread it amongst the 6 DJs that are going to play each night. This is how much we can afford. When we call guys, this is how much we have.
Are you good?
Please come rock, you know. And if they wanted it, they wanted it. You know, if they didn't, it was cool. You know.
Did that thing, as much as it was a great idea, but it also like affect your relationships because every weekend now, every DJ is calling you trying to get on,
Which
and you
was
can't
expected.
you can't put everyone on.
Exactly, which was expected, you know. But one thing that I'm happy about, you know, which I'm not even ashamed of, you know, is that I could put the guys from my hood on.
Okay.
Where I come from. It's like, okay, it's all good and well, let's do this lineup, but these are my guys.
They have
Whatever
to.
happens, we need to put these guys on because, Joe, the level of DJs in Tembisa
yeah.
is-
Any hood, bro. I think any hood.
Bro, Tembisa. And I'm not saying that because I'm from here, you know, but the level of DJs from here is just amazing, you know, and I put it onto myself to say, I don't care. I can get backlash from social media, but my boys from Tembisa need to be on this thing, you know, and we made it happen, man.
Are there any DJs that were sour because you didn't book them?
Nah, maybe they were. And, you know, I know a couple of guys that were not happy that they only got onto the show later on. You know, but eventually we made it happen, you know. Joe, we booked.
What happened with TNS?
So TNS, you know, like, I feel like the boy has like some sort of problems in his life, you know, and he really needs to come out and speak about them so that we can help him, you know. So when I called TNS, I was like, bro, it would be so dope to have you on the show.
100%.
Let's put you on, you know. All good, you know. He's like, I'm from Durban. If we can make it happen, I'll be happy to do it. Sharp. Aye, TNS recording at this time on this day. I want. So I call him and he's cool to do the gig, right? So he drives from Durban to Joburg on a Monday. We had just finished season 1. We didn't know if Channel was going to find money to extend.
Yeah.
You know, so there was a point where we were not shooting because we can't shoot. And then now we've got these expenses that Channel is like, hey, we didn't say, you know. So he came on a Monday. I call him, he's in Joburg. No, he was supposed to record on a Wednesday. I call him on Monday. I'm like, bro, please don't move because we're not sure if we are still going to shoot on Wednesday. He's like, no, Grootman, I'm already in Joburg. You'll let me know what's up, you know? So on Wednesday evening, when we get the go-ahead, I go back, say, Nwana,
Let's rock.
Let's rock. He's like, no, I went back to Durban. You know? Ndana, Durban how? You know? Actually, I'm wrong. When I called him, he stopped answering my phone calls.
Oh.
You know, he stopped answering. And then I called the manager. You know, the manager's trying to get a hold of him. He's not really winning. And then he called me. He's like, no, Grootman, I felt like I was disrespected. I drove all the way to Durban, to Joburg. No one called me to check up on me, which I feel like he had the right to be, you know. But for the fact that I called him on Monday to say, Ndwana, we have this problem. Let's wait and you know. But I guess Liana from his side, he didn't know what was happening inside. So I don't really blame him, you know. So we tried to have him on the show. And he just decided not to do it, you know. And I was cool with him. You know, nothing
you've spoken
personal.
since,
No, I haven't spoken to him, honestly speaking. And I mean, bro, like, we can talk anytime. I'm not like I have a grudge or anything, because I understand where he was coming from, you know. But now when he came out online to say, hey, someone's blocking me, they said they must take me off the lineup, there was none of that. And I honestly didn't think it was cool for him to do that, because I would have told him if there was something like that, because I don't like such things, you know. I called him because I believed in him, and he chose to listen to whatever was happening in the streets, you know. So I have no
Which
issue.
DJs killed you on the lockdown house party? Like your proudest moment where you're like, fuck, that was dope.
There were boys that no one knew of, Jay Konka and Freddie K. They played piano on lockdown.
How come you never played Amapiano? I heard all your sets.
I don't play my piano.
Why?
It's not in my plans. You know, I don't do popular stuff. You know,
Okay.
this is who I am. This is what I play. I will maneuver. You know, the only time I play my piano is if I got an a cappella of a piano song that I can throw into my Afrotech set, you know, and I'll do that. You know, I always maneuver around. Like now, I can see that the piano culture is working, you know, and I'm like, I don't want to be too different from what's happening.
Okay.
But at the same time, I want to keep
Your identity.
Yes, I want to keep my identity. So, like, right now, if you see my energy behind the decks is different, bro. Like, I'm more interactive with people. We are dancing. I'm taking temperatures.
For real?
You know, yeah. You know, it's a nice vibe. You know, like taking the culture of a mapiano and being part of it without losing who I am. You know, because I don't think I would be happy playing that sound, because also,
But don't you think, like, more than anything, you should be the one who is playing Amapiano, because you are exposed to international stages that most people aren't, and you want to showcase what's happening in SA, as you said.
Yeah, but there's another world and another sound in South Africa that I feel is right for my brand to showcase overseas.
Oh, boy, Napa.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, and there's so many other young boys that are doing that sound.
I feel you.
know, so
It's still South African.
Yes, we want to champion that sound to the world because it's closer to what the world is exposed to. Afro-tech is a mixture of Afro house and tech house.
So how do you explain Master KG Jerusalem?
That's God. That's God, like, just showing off with Master KG. That's God saying, bro, you are doing you, and I'm going to bless you for just being yourself. You know? And it's so inspiring seeing that shit, bro. Like, something that you've never even thought, you know? Bro. Bro, like, the impact that song has in the world is crazy.
Yeah.
Is so crazy.
I'm sure you wish it was yours, ne?
Not really.
But you do.
I wish a song that I would make would... Actually, no. I don't. Because your biggest song can be your biggest nightmare. Because when you release your next song, people are gonna look for the impact that your previous song had, you know, and being able to maintain that
This is so
is
hard.
something else,
Yeah.
you know. And it's not a lot of people that can do that, you know. Master KG's catalog is crazy. It's crazy. Like, I've seen him perform, like on his Facebook, performing to a crowd in Malawi.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what I'd do if I were to get there.
Yeah.
Bro, he's there playing his music and people are singing word to word, you know?
Wow.
And we need to, like, we really need to praise him for that, man. Like, it's mind-boggling, man.
Do you need a towel? I can see you getting sweaty. You want a towel?
Yeah, I'm talking too much, but it's fine. Whatever.
And then what do you think about the state of DJing culture? Because when we started, it's to how it is now for me, it's different.
Yeah.
What's your perspective?
My perspective is there are people that will always come and go, you know. But the more people are playing in the space, the better. You know, there are more...
Really?
Yeah, I think so, man.
I feel like it's diluted right now, man. It's
Your
not the
thoughts?
same, bro.
Your thoughts?
Yeah.
You know, I think people are doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's working for them.
Yeah.
And you must do what you do. If it's working for you, then all good and well. You
Yeah.
know, so we can't take away from anyone that's hustling on their own way. You know, there's no right way to do things. You know, there's no wrong way of doing things. You know, it's whatever feels right for you.
At the
Do
time.
it. Do it, bro. Yeah.
All right, cool. I got some questions from my chillers, ne?
Sure.
Does Shimza think before he tweets?
I do. I do. Because most of the time, I'm not going to tweet something that I wouldn't tell you in your face. You know, if you're going to come at me and say, Shimza, your mother, I'm definitely going to say, hello, and I'm your mom. You know, like, I'm not going to try and, I'm a public figure, whatnot, because I think the one problem that people do, as much as some people say, you need to protect your brand and whatnot, but people must know that there's a limit. We are human beings. And I try as much as I can to show the fact that I am a human being.
First.
Yes, first, you know. Like if MacG, you are going to come at me and tweet me 1,000 times, I'm going to say, bro, like you're really getting annoying. Like,
Are you talking about that DJ? What's his name? I even forgot his name.
that's a simple case
Okay.
of me being a human. You know, that like it's human, you know. And some people go out there and say, you're arrogant, whatnot. No.
So what happened with that guy? He was tweeting too much.
Yeah, like, you know, when someone's treating you and like, you're like, okay, cool, I see you, bro. I see you, you know, I see you. And then they tweet and then they say, guys, please text Shimza. You know, text Shimza. That time I'm going through my timeline. It's the tweets. I need to see what's happening. Like I need to
Who
see
do they want?
the feedback about the show. You know, maybe there's something we must change.
Yes.
Maybe this DJ was dope, you know, so that I can always be on top of my game in terms of, okay, this is what works for the show. This is
what.
And on my timeline, it's like, tweet Shimza. Like, do this, do that, you know. And then it got to a point where I was like, honestly speaking, I'm trying to work. Like, I'm really trying to work. And this guy just keeps at it, you know. And it goes back to what I said at the beginning. Your approach is everything, bro. You know, there are a lot of guys that send me a WhatsApp. Bro, we know you're getting a lot of these requests, but if there's a space that opens up, this is who I am, these are my mixes, please consider me.
But he
for
doesn't
Lockdown
have your
House Party.
WhatsApp. He doesn't have your WhatsApp.
A lot of people tweeted me, like once, and let it go. There are guys that I've been seeing on the streets that don't even think I was noticing what they're doing. You know, there's a guy from Bloemfontein. Is he from Bloemfontein? Yeah, around that area.
Yeah.
Lagodi. Lagodi didn't even have to ask us to be on the show. But because we saw the amount of work that he was doing, it only makes sense for us to have him on the show, you know? And I feel like guys feel like they are entitled to certain things because they are the champ in their own corner, you know? And we're like, yeah, you're a champ in your corner, but I've never heard of you, bro. You know, and what makes you feel like you deserve the space more than another person, you know? So there are a lot of guys like that.
Did you regret how you handled that?
Bro, like honestly speaking, it was like sharp. I'm getting backlash for it. But honestly speaking, I said what I would say to him if I was with him. Say, bro, like, come on.
Emanya.
Yamanyana, Joe, like, chill, you know? When the time is right, like, don't rush it. Don't rush any process. Because if it feels forced, you will see it, you know?
Yeah.
But if he did that and he's following were the ones that were saying, bro, like, get this guy, he's dope.
Yes,
get this
yes,
guy,
yes,
get this
yes,
guy, you know?
yes.
We would consider it, you
Yeah.
know? But don't go on a campaign.
One
and
man
then-
campaign, one man crusade.
Come on, bro, you know? And it's quite sad that at that point, there are people that took advantage of what was happening around.
What do you
that
mean
time.
by that?
Like a Kakasi FM, you know? The guys from KZN, if they believed in him so much, why did they wait? Why did they wait for me to have that thing on Twitter for them to offer him a residency? So they're riding on the wave instead of really helping guys. From,
Is he DJing now?
he's not a DJ. He had a residency for 1 week, and that was it.
Oh, wow, you're right.
You know?
Yeah.
As much as, like, I'm sure he's doing very well where he is, you know, and I'm happy for him. But the Twitter hype gets people so crazy, you know, because after 2 days, he was the one that was trending. People saying, oh, we thought you were poor. You know, because the poor guy has a car, you know?
He's rocking.
Yeah, so, like, I feel like some people get into Twitter mode and forget that tomorrow you can be trending.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, someone else that
Every
did
dog,
something else.
every dog has its day.
Every dog has its day, you know. But yeah, like I said, people took advantage of that to maybe show that I'm an asshole of some sort. And
How do you handle that mentally? Because I've never trended like you on Black Twitter.
poison. I have this mentality that says I work as honestly as I can. You know? I work as honestly as I can. If I can do something, I'll say I'll do it. If I can't, I'll tell you I can't do it. You know? And when things like that come to me, it's like I know it didn't come from a bad space.
Yeah, malicious
you know?
place, yeah.
If you're going to take it in your own way, it's good. But if you come to me and ask me what was going on, I'll explain to you my side of the story, you know, and you'll see that I'm human. And if I did make a mistake, I'm sorry.
Hey, Black Twitter's always having you, dog. But
What do
you've
you
been
mean
quiet
always?
since. You've been quiet since. You haven't trended
But what do you
since.
mean always?
Like they're always shitting on you, saying that you're rude, you think you're arrogant. Wada.
You know, the thing is, social media, I always say it in my home language.
Yeah.
I say, let's have a need. They don't want the truth. They want you to always sugarcoat things. And when you tell things the way they
It is.
are, they say you are rude because you are not backing off from what you believe in. You know, if you say to me, Shimza wa beta, I'm going to ask you, okay, on what grounds? Like, explain to me. Maybe I'm not seeing what I'm doing wrong, and maybe I am wrong. You know, tell me why you think I'm wrong. I'll explain to you why I responded to you the way you said to me. You know, and it goes back to the fact that people will say things to you, and not
Forget you
expect you
to
to
retaliate.
respond
Yeah.
the way that I do, you know, because as much as I have a brand to protect, but I'm human, bro. I've got a heart. If you're going to tell me that I am fat and ugly, I mean, I'm happy with how I am. I might be going to the gym because I wanna be fit, But what is you telling me that I'm fat and ugly going to do?
I'm fat, ugly, and rich, motherfucker.
I'm not rich, but I'm working. I'm working, bro. I'm
Yeah.
working.
No,
you know,
yeah.
so the way you give it, expect to take it.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're going to get at me, I'll sometimes I just leave it, you
Yeah.
know. But when I have the time,
Yeah,
I'll,
lit.
yeah.
I got a question here. Someone says, what happened between him and Cuba?
Cuba
Did
is my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cuba is my boy. I'm actually working on a song with him now that I'm going to release next year. And I'm trying to see if I can get him on as many songs as I can for all the singles that I'm working on next year.
Do you remember he taught us how to produce together?
Bro, like I'm from Soul Candy Institute with him, you know, and he has played a big role in my production
You
career.
actually introduced me to him, no?
Yeah.
Someone asked, why did you leave the Soul Candy Institute?
No, I didn't
apparently
leave.
you dropped out.
No, I didn't.
You
It
finished
was
the
the
course,
end of the
no?
year, yeah.
Yeah. Well, is that, would you recommend DJs and producers to attend courses like that?
I think you should, because there are a lot of things that I learned from there that I would ordinarily not know about, like in my own bedroom studio, you know, and I think people should go there.
All right. How does one get booked as much as Shimza does? And what are the secrets to the international bookings? Like, how do they get booked outside?
I think when you want to be booked, bro, like show value. You know, people need to believe that you will bring value to their festival or to their party or to their establishment, you know. If I know I'm going to book MacG,
Yeah.
he might not bring thousands of people, but the 10 people that are there are going to have fun. That's value, you know. You need to sell tickets at the end of the day.
When did you realize that? That it's not about the mixing and the effects and stuff?
Joe, like I can't say at this point, you know. But even till today, man, you know, we still struggle selling tickets. You go to a show and some shows are good, some are not. You know, it depends how strong you are in that area. You know, also if there are other people that are more popular than you, you know, like
So it's a popularity contest.
basically, it's who do people want to see? You know, who do people want to see? You might be a great DJ, but if people don't want to see you, they don't want to see you.
Child.
Yeah. You know, why am I going to pay you if no one wants to see you?
How do you get international gigs?
International, dog, like I worked so much in the beginning, you know, but it's still so much work that I still need to put in to get to a point where I want to be on that level.
What work are you talking about? When you say you worked, like, what is it? Is it going that side, playing for free, paying for your own accommodation?
Yeah. I mean, I did a lot of free gigs. I did a lot of 500 euro gigs, 1,000 euros, you know?
Hey, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's still 10K, it's 15 yana, you know? When you convert, and that's the nice thing about when you come from South Africa and you are working abroad, you are going to a place where the currency is stronger. And
So it's an advantage
you know,
already.
so it's an advantage when you come back here at home, because for them you are a cheaper DJ, you know. But when you come home, it's like out one, you know, I pushed.
So it sounds to me like the same way you fucked shit up in SA, Joburg, for whatever, you took that same mentality and applied it that side. So there's nothing different.
Yeah.
Same hustle.
Same hustle. And then you get to a point where you realize that that's not enough. You need a team around you that understands the market, that knows what's needed.
Have relationships.
All of those things, you know, and then you build a team around you, and then you start moving with that, you know.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Someone said, ask him about a girl he dated in Tembisa called Palesa.
Who's Palace?
Like easy. He said, I'm a Saudi, give me Palesa.
I don't know, bro.
What's the relationship status like now?
With?
Like, are you single? Are you in a relationship?
No,
What's
I've
happening?
had a girlfriend for the longest time.
Is it?
Yeah.
The last time we spoke, you had a girlfriend.
Yeah. I've always had a girlfriend.
I thought you were single, dog.
Nah, bro.
Which one? The same, your baby mama?
No, we broke up with my baby mama, and then I got into a relationship.
So it's a serious one.
Yeah, it's cool.
Is this girl in the industry?
Yeah, man. No, not in the industry. Nah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I liked your baby mama, man. I thought she was the
Yeah,
one.
she's still cool, man. You know, I love the relationship we have now, raising the kid. You know, yeah, we work very well, man. You know, it's all love from both sides.
So, someone said I must ask you if you dated Ntando Duma. So that's false.
No.
But I think you did.
No, I've never, eh?
Yeah.
I've always had a working relationship with her. You
Yeah.
know, we've got
Never
a
been
very-
tempted?
No, it's always been work,
Yeah.
you know, and I appreciate her because the energy that she has, you know, like, and she's a hard worker, you know. So we vibe because we both like hard workers, you know.
All right, cool. It is alleged that Shimza stopped booking A-Reese at one of his one-man shows because A-Reese was smoking while performing. Is it true or not?
Nah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
There's no such.
How's the relationship currently with AKA considering he,
With
AKA,
who?
left the stage, AKA?
I'm cool with Keenan.
Yeah.
Like he actually went off stage last year because we had a sound technicality, you know, and
But that's something you would do.
as an artist,
Yeah.
you feel like you are being sabotaged, you know. But when you are wearing a promoter hat,
yeah.
and a DJ, like you sort of understand where the artist might have felt otherwise, you know.
Yeah.
But we never.
Who are some of the artists you'd never book?
I would book everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah, I don't have a problem if I don't have a problem with anyone. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Someone said I must ask you to tell us the full story about the mixer thingy.
Oh, okay.
What is that now?
There's a guy. I had a mixer here at the store before we bought the sound system for
Okay.
the show.
Okay,
for
okay.
the show, for the shop, you know.
Yeah.
So I had a DJM 400 at home,
Okay.
which I brought into the store because we needed a mixer,
Yeah.
you know. So when we bought a mixer, one of our resident DJs, Mlindos, took the mixer home,
Fucking guy.
you know. And then I don't know what happened to my mixer. I kept asking for my mixer for about a year, bro. Like, I'm like, guys, can I have my mixer? Can I have my mixer? Can I have my mixer? And they were giving me stories until one day I was like, Mlindos, I need a mixer. I need it urgently to do a mix.
Yeah.
So what Linda did, fucking cunt. So Linda goes and asks Theo for a mixer to borrow to me,
Yeah.
you know? So Theo brings his mixer to me,
Yeah.
you know, because Mlinda's, I think he said something, he mentioned Theo
Yeah.
with one of the stories about my mixer. So Theo brings the mixer to me. I'm like, good shot. I keep the mixer. I didn't need it, you know. I keep the mixer. I'm like, I've been asking for my mixer for the past year.
Yeah.
And I've been getting stories. For me to release this mixer, I want my mixer.
Shit.
So Theo went on Twitter and Facebook and said, I took his mixer and I don't want to bring it back.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes.
Yes.
I took your mixer because I want my mixer.
Yeah.
You know? And then it was a whole thing. People didn't understand. People thought I was bullying the boy.
Yeah.
You know, all of those things. But eventually, I sat down with Theo. I realized that the wrong guy was Mlindos. You know? But at some point, I was like, this is not fucking
Yeah,
worth
dog, it's
it,
a
you know?
fucking mixer.
It's a mixer, bro. Like, and I've got a 900 Nexus 2 at home,
You know.
which I'm using, you know.
Yeah.
But it was the principle of, bro, if you lost my mixer,
At least just come out.
at least just say, bro, like, I lost your mixer. Let's work on a plan, you know. But I held on to that mixer. I was like, I'm not giving this back until I get my mixer back.
Do you think you petty, bro?
I'm not petty. I'm human.
Yeah.
I'm human.
Yeah.
Like, I'm human.
Yeah. All right. Someone asked me, said, I must ask you, why is Shimza so close with politicians? How did he do that? Because looking from the outside, it seems like Bashapa money laundering. Cayenne.
No, there's no such. I mean, you look at a Julius,
Yeah.
for instance. Julius loves young people that are doing good in any space because he comes from the township and he understands.
And he gets it.
And he gets it, you know. So if you're a young boy or girl that comes from a township and you need help, he will be the guy that will help you.
Oh, wow.
That's why even today, if I have a problem, I'll call Julius and say, man, Krotman.
You got Julius' number?
I'm seeing, yeah, I mean, come on.
I've been trying to get him on the show, dog.
Yeah, I'll try to speak to him. You know? Yeah. And he's a Khurot man to me, you know. Mzandile Masina, who's the mayor of Ekurhuleni, there's no way I can't have a relationship with the mayor of the place where I come from. You know, I know Mzandile before he was even the mayor of Ekurhuleni. You know, when we're campaigning for the ANC, I feel strongly about the ANC, even though they've got their own fuck-ups, you know, but it's a movement that I feel can fix itself and still lead the country in the way that we wanted to lead it, you know. And that's why I will still hold them accountable for all the fuck-ups that they do.
For real, you do?
Yeah, I'll call them out, bro.
Shit.
I'll call them out, you know. And some people will say, yeah, you are the same person that was campaigning for the ANC. And I'm like, yeah, the reason why I campaigned for the ANC was precisely for me to be able to call them out when they're doing shit, you know. And sometimes I feel like people don't understand politics, you know, because they think politics is what they read on the newspapers, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel it's a part of who I am to make sure that we influence young people to hold the government accountable, you know. Vote for them so that you can hold them accountable. If you want to vote for the DA, vote for the DA so that when they fuck up, you can say, I voted for you and you are fucking up.
Shimza, is this you, bro?
What do you mean? It's logic, bro. How are you going to hold someone accountable if you didn't vote for them?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like you are shouting but you don't vote.
Yeah.
What are you shouting? Who are you shouting at?
Would you ever get into politics?
Maybe after I get to like
34.
my 34 age where I won't have any worries about anything, you know, because I feel like politics are very like a dirty in a way, you know, the dirty game. But if done right, you know, I feel like there's so much change that can be done in the country, especially for young people. Like, you know, when I look at the top structures of the ANC, I'm like, how is this guy a minister of arts and culture? But we never see him at events,
Groove,
at Groove, you know? Like, what are we going to say to him that he's going to understand? He's going
And not to say arts and culture is groove only.
no,
Yeah,
it's not, you know, but be in that space, understand who are the role players on the street, you know? Speak to them,
Be in
like,
the trenches.
yeah, like, you know, like be in there, you know? But now, it's, you know, we try to get money from arts and culture for us to be able to pay artists more than we did. As much as there was a relief fund, we didn't get shit, you know? But we like saying, we are not asking for a handout.
Yeah.
We are saying we are doing something that has an impact in the country right now and keeping people sane. It's part of arts and culture. We want to pay DJs and artists more so that they can live. They are not going to get any money for the next couple of months, you know? And still, nothing happened.
Yeah.
So we could pay what we could pay.
How much did you lose from COVID, especially with this establishment like this?
Yeah, here we lost money. Here we lost a lot of money. And for us to reopen, we had to
Costs also.
We had to dig out our pockets some more, you know. But Hangout is doing very well, you know. I won't lie, man. People are really supporting the business. They like the vibe. The service here is dope. You know, I always come here as a consumer so that I can get that consumer experience, you know, so that if I see anything wrong, I can pinpoint and say, if I was a consumer, I wouldn't like the table to be there or whatever, you know. So that's it, you know.
Man, I love the mentality of the people that are coming out, like, you know, yourself, Drip. We gotta keep the rant amongst us.
Bro. And that's
people don't understand how important that is.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, there are so many, like, even here in Tembisa, they're like petty things. Like, you know, they'll say, Shimza is trying to eat alone. all of those things, man.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, I've got other things in my brain that I want to achieve. I don't have time to be blocking people with them trying to make a living.
Yeah.
You know, because at some point I was there myself, you know.
You just have to walk in, dog. Look at how many people you've employed. Black people.
Yeah.
Whether you're money laundering or not, I don't give a fuck.
Bro, where do you get this money laundering thing from, bro? Hey, man. You are busy with, like, now I'm going to be the guy that's money laundering.
Oh, what? Do you have a snake? Which one?
Bro. I don't even own a pet, bro. I don't have a puppy. I don't have nothing. I'm scared of
What did you
snakes.
think when you heard about that, bro? The snake thing?
I was like, hey, man. So this is what happens. I didn't know about it, you know, and kudos to those that do it.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing it for, you know, and we shouldn't
Judge.
people
Who the
for,
fuck are we?
Yeah, you know, like, let people do what they're doing. If it's for their benefit, it's for their benefit. It's for other evil things, God will deal with them.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, so the real reason we're here is to talk about your new partnership with, what is it? Is it a partnership? What's happening?
Yeah, it's an endorsement partnership type of thing.
With Valentine's.
With Valentine's.
Weirdest
you know.
thing is this fucking guy doesn't drink. They should have put it here.
You would have fucked it up, bro.
So how does that come about, bro? And what's it all about?
Bro, like, Valentine's has been doing such amazing things in the space that I'm part of, you know. Valentine's is one of the biggest brands in the world, not just South Africa or Africa. They partner with one of the biggest influences in the world of dance music, which is Boiler Room, you know. They sponsor that. They're working with the biggest DJ in the world, Carl Cox. You know.
So this relationship comes from the top.
It's there.
You lie.
You know, and for me, it made so much sense for them to come at the point that I'm in my career right now. You know, because I believe there's no wrong way of doing things. You know, the right way is what feels right to you. You know. And staying true to who you are will always make you look and come out tops, you know, because you are not trying to be anyone else. You are doing what you are doing, and people like you for who you are. You know, if they wanna like MacG, they'll like MacG for MacG, but they won't like me for trying to act like I'm MacG. You know? And based on what they're doing locally, supporting underground DJs and what they're doing is something that I feel very strongly about. You know, I host those workshops for free, where I share information with artists and DJs. You know, now I've got a label that I've set up. It's called Kunye.
Oh, nice.
Where I'll be signing music from guys that are doing the similar style of music that we are doing, and having it as a bridge between international and local market, where we will take a Blanca Mzimela, which you don't know of, but he's a brilliant producer, you know. We'll take one of his releases and get him a remix from an international Sobek, for instance. People that you don't know of, but are doing amazing things in the underground scene, you know. So we're trying to do that so that the bridge between international and local becomes smaller.
Get you.
You know?
Fuck, that's amazing, man. It's a great time to be a DJ, hey?
If your head is in the right space.
Yeah. All right, in closing, what do you want to be remembered as, man?
I want to be remembered as a human being that did what they believed in and worked as hard as they could,
Yeah.
using their influence to impact other people's lives and make money. Yeah, I mean, I like money, chief.
Dude, it's so crazy because I've literally watched you grow in front of me. I mean, I met you when you were 16. And to see the man that you've become is so amazing, dog.
Yeah,
Like, you inspire me, dog, even though you're younger than me, you know?
Sure.
And long may it continue because I think we need more Shimzas from every hood, not just at Tembisa.
And there's a lot of them, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, in different... Bro, like, I look at what the Batu and Drip guy are. Dog. You know, I'm close with Ligao, who's the owner of Drip. And bro, when he tells you the stories about how many shoes he sells,
It's crazy.
how he's growing, you're like, bro, you from Tembisa. This guy literally is from Ivory Park. That's like the... Ay, dog, it's like...
It's lit, bro.
Yeah, like
It's lit.
Ivory is like Komi Kukum, boy.
Yeah.
You know, single mom. He comes from a shack. He had nothing but a plan,
Yeah.
and he made it work. Today, he has bought his mama house. He has his own house. He's buying
Factory,
cars.
dog. He's got a fucking factory.
Joe, and you see such stories, and you're like, we need to embrace such stories
Yeah.
and support such brands.
That should be trending.
Yeah, that
Should be trending.
more people can do these things, like believe that you can push,
Yeah.
And I think he might have taken that from someone else. He could have said, hey man, Julius Malema is from Seshego. He was expelled from the ANC. Today he's the president of his own party. That's power, bro.
That is.
That's power. We look at the people like Mzwandile Masina in the ANC, and you're like, this guy is from Katlehong. Nothing
K1.
stopped him. Yeah, nothing stopped him. He's the mayor of the city where he comes from.
Damn.
And we tend to think things are for other people. You never stop and think, hi, I can do this thing. Let me find what I'm passionate in, put in as much effort as I can into that thing, and see where it takes me. And that mentality, man, will take you to places where you've never thought you'd be.
yeah. And
I
that's where you
remember
are
one
right now.
day,
Yeah.
I was literally in Ibiza, and I was opening for one of the biggest DJs, like in the underground scene. I was opening up for Luciano, and literally opening up as in it's me and then Luciano. 10,000 people in front of me, and I'm like, how the hell did I get here?
From Tembisa.
I'm from Tembisa. I am inside. I'm inside. And you meet these guys, and they're such humble guys. Like Luciano is an amazing guy. I work with him till today. Some of my music is released
Under him.
through his label. He's really helping me because I feel like he believes in the type of artist that I am and what I have to offer to the world, And for people to not know about him in South Africa like I didn't, and get there and see the type of endorsement that I have, is like there's something special about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I have to just make sure that I don't disappoint such people that seeing such potential in what I'm doing, So I just keep working, man. Keep working.
How you with coffee? Because last time you spoke, you went into detail about your fallout.
Yeah, we cool, man.
Are you cool
we
now?
Cool. Yeah, we cool. We cool, man.
For
Yeah.
real? So you
Yeah,
guys had
we
a
cool.
chat, you spoke on the
No,
phone?
we never had a chat, but we cool, yeah.
Or was everyone just doing their own shit?
We cool, man. We cool, yeah, we cool. Like, I'm so inspired with where he is.
How
man.
can you not be, bro?
Bro, like, I am so inspired, man, and I feel like if I were as close to him as as I was then, you know, I'm sure there's so much more that
you could be doing.
that we could be doing, man. Like
Do you see a part of you in him?
a part of me in him. He's his own person, bro. Like he thinks in his own way. You know, I'm also very ambitious. You know, like I see Black Coffee as a pop star, bro. Like, you know, when I think about where his mind, like I see it, bro.
Yeah.
Like I see it.
How did you guys first meet?
Brawili.
Oh,
Yeah,
Brawili,
yeah.
Alex.
Brawili put me on.
Alex,
yeah,
ne?
yeah.
Oh, so you heard you
And then
play.
from there we grew closer, and then we
So
worked.
you heard you play, and he's like, "Fuck, you good, dog."
Yeah, I mean, and he's also one person that played a role in
Shaping you.
in shaping me. I learned so much from him, you know, and I still am, even if I'm like maybe
Yeah.
not as close as like maybe I would love to be, you know. But I learned so much from all the moves that he's making. You know, I listen to his interviews, you know, so I still follow him as a fan now, you know, as a fan, as someone that's learning from a pioneer in what we want to do overseas, you know, and seeing what he's doing and seeing where we can play a role in helping achieve what he has in mind for the South African young artists and DJs
That are coming.
bro, like, and it's going to happen, you know, and the nice thing is that we are all pushing in one direction, you know, coming from this side, someone coming from that other side, but by the time we hit there, it's gonna be over, bro.
Shit.
Yeah.
But I got a bone to pick with this motherfucker. Last time we
Every
spoke.
time. I feel like we sorted out our shit the last time.
No, I feel like the only time I get to talk to is when I do interviews, so I must do one a year.
Yeah, let's rather do that. An annual Shimza and MacG interview.
Two-man show.
Yeah, let's roll.
So last time, ne, I was like, boy, why don't you book me? Like, no, you must call me. And ask for booking.
Have you called me?
Okay, sharp. No problem. So this is what I've done since our last interview.
Yeah.
I called you. I'm like, boy, I've got a gin. Can you list it there by your place at
Hangouts? Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
What happened?
You never got back to me.
Bro, like, we've got Moringa, we've got Origin, we've got wines from Tembisa, we've got...
Do you have
all-
grandeur?
We don't, because you motherfuckers sleeping, bro. Bro, I lose nothing from you sending people to hang out and saying, this is where you can find my gin.
Yeah.
Like, that's marketing from my venue, from people that...
But I did what you said. I reached out.
And what happened?
You never got back to me.
Did I say no, my guy?
You didn't get back to me.
I did not say no. I said, bro, when you're ready, actually. I said, when you motherfucker is ready, bring the alcohol and we'll sell it, we'll list it. I have no reason why I must say no.
Okay, let's do an activation in December. Give me a date.
Bro,
Give me a date.
do whatever you want to do.
Nah.
Brand this place, your gin.
Here
We'll
we go.
list it there, put it on our menu.
Let's shake
anything.
hands. Let's shake hands.
I've got you.
Nah.
I got you.
You're gonna give me a date in December. And then why don't you get me for a lockdown house party?
Because, bro, there are so many other people that deserved to be on the show.
I'll drop him a text. I'm like, yo, Shimmy, hey, when you having me on? You're like,
Imagine.
I'll get back to you.
Imagine if MacG is texting me.
Yeah.
How many other DJs are doing that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And in a meeting where we are putting all the names down and we're like, we need to have this guy. We need to have this one.
Yeah.
She's a female and she's dope. We need to have her here.
Yeah.
Let's balance the lineup up. You know, it's piano, it's this, it's
Boom, boom,
that.
boom, boom.
You know, like, at the end of it, you're like, we still have 1,000 DJs that we didn't put on. And there's no one we can take.
Because I texted you about twice, ne?
Yeah.
Then I was like, all right, cool. He'll call me when he needs me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to text 3 times and now you think I'm that guy. Ushabo Emanyan.
Man. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very tough time for me. You know?
Yeah, I can imagine, dog.
you know
Because
when-
I'm not the only one who feels like
Joe,
that.
you know, like, some guys are like, they're threatening you. Like, yeah, you gatekeeper, you. Like, bro, I'm just working.
Yeah.
You know.
Nah, but no hard feelings, because like, you know me, I'm focused on the
Yeah,
podcasting thing. DJing is just something I do
Sure.
for fun now, you know.
It's a
not
hobby for you.
Yeah,
So
it's
let
not
other
like,
kids that want
that
to.
are better.
Yeah. You know.
Shimi, thank you so much, man. Really
Bro,
appreciate chatting to you,
always
man.
a pleasure, man.
Yeah.
Speaking to you.
And-
You know,
and-
sometimes you make me speak too much.
You reckon?
know? Yeah, like, and people will call me and say, man, you don't have to say that. You sounded arrogant. And
Yeah.
I'm like, sometimes let's not sugarcoat things, you know, like.
But this one wasn't that controversial. It wasn't, bro. As long as it's your reality. It's your reality.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's why I share it with you.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like, if tomorrow someone comes back and says, yeah, but this is what you said about that other guy on MacG's show.
but
I'm gonna
Van-
say, but it's what it is.
It is
you
what
know?
it is, yeah.
Would you want to be a politician one day? I'll say, like I said on MacG's show, you don't know. You don't know.
Ah,
you know?
Shimmy, man.
Yeah.
So this, are you in December? Are you around?
Yeah, I'm around. I'm not going anywhere, Chief.
Oh, okay,
No,
cool.
I'm not planning on leaving the country till Europe and those
Oh,
places
this is-
sort out themselves.
Yeah.
You know, at some point I had COVID.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I was home,
Yeah.
chilled for about 2 weeks. I was cool, man.
Yeah.
But it was not heavy.
Yeah.
It was cool, mild. Got over it, and we're here.
Yeah. And then I wanted to ask you, now that you got the gigs back, are you charging the same now or the
Boy, there's no way.
Nah,
No,
it's
there's
gone down a bit, né? But the gigs are still coming back.
The gigs are coming.
Hey, people want to party, dog.
Hey, Joe, it's tough, you know, it's tough, but like I'm saying, we come from COVID where a lot of people got a big hit, especially venues and promoters.
Do you see how many venues closed down?
Yeah, a lot, you know. So we are at a point where venues can't afford to pay those fees because they're still trying to recover. And promoters, same thing, you know. And it's like, do I book MacG for 30,000? Or do I book this guy who's playing this sound which is popular
For
and can
2,000.
bring more people than MacG for half the fee? I'll go for this guy, you
Yeah.
know, until I recover and then book MacG.
It's business.
You know?
Yeah.
So we need to understand those things, and that's why we try and build our own things, you know, and do our own shows just to survive, you know.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Shimza. So yeah, it's confirmed. Grandeur will now be sold at Hangout in Tembisa. We're gonna do an activation in December. I'll get a date.
Cool.
And then we'll rock.
Just let me know whichever date, bro.
Sweet, man. Shimmy, until next year.
Yeah, next year, bro. Let's do it again.
Enda Barmeni